very good morning, Abby, to the honorable members on the floor. Today we shall be discussing about topic archaeology. The members of the floor are me, Haidaya, as the moderator, and we have Mr. Muhammad Izwan, Mr. Elvin Igat, Mr. Muhammad Afi Hilman, and Mr. Muhammad Fakurazi. So before we start with Mr. Izwan and Elvin, I will explain the meaning of archaeology. Archaeology is a branch of philosophy that focuses on the study of values and value system. It begins with nature of value, what makes things valuable and desirable, and how we should prioritize different value. Archaeology is concerned with questions about what is good or bad, right or wrong, just or unjust, beautiful or ugly, and similar. It's an interdisciplinary field that can be applied to various areas of study, including ethics, aesthetics, political philosophy, and economy. Overall, archaeology aims to understand the nature of value and how they shape human behavior and decision making. So we start with Mr. Izwan first. Okay, Mr. Izwan, do you trust our participant?
First off, thank you to Mr. Haridaya for giving me the chance to talk to this floor. Now, the answer that we've come to a conclusion is no, we do not trust the participant. Now, this is because there are a few axiological factors that we need to consider when we are conducting our research as a researcher ourselves. Now, firstly is definitely objectivity. Now, it is very important for us researchers to have an objectivity that is clear because it helps us to avoid biases and ensure that our findings are accurate and reliable, that is free from biases. However, participants themselves, they have their own biases, they have their own belief, and they have their own prejudice. Hence, it is very important for us, the researcher, to conduct the research and also to not trust our participants fully so that we can have a clear objectivity. Now, the second reason why we do not trust our participants is because of right to privacy. Participants have the right to privacy and we should respect that. However, if we do trust them blindly, we may expose them to harm or breach their confidentiality. Hence, it is very important for us, the researcher, to protect the participants' privacy, to avoid exposing them to third-party harm that may conflict our research. That is all. I shall now pass the floor to Mr. Aringa. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Izwan, for the opinion that he has been given to us. And now, my conclusion for the answer, do you believe your participant, is of course still no. This is because we heard what Mr. Harith Hidayat said about what is axiology, and we have heard what Mr. Izwan have said about why we should not trust our participant. And now I'm going to continue on, which is why the first reason a researcher might not trust the participant is if they don't think the participant can give accurate or useful information. Now this can happen if a researcher thinks that certain participants don't know enough or have not enough expertise to give accurate data, or if the researcher has doubts about the correctness or validity of the self-reported data by the participant. Now, according to the book Philosophy of Social Science, 2nd edition by Ted Moulton and Ian Craig, it states that during social science research there are various times when concern of ethics come up. Now, what Mr. Izwan have said about the privacy that has been betrayed by the researcher must not come to the researcher himself or herself, because this is the researcher have the power to protect or to have the power to keep the data just for himself, to do his own research, and please do not do a betrayal of trust to the participant. Now, Mr. Izwan also have talked about objectivity, which is researchers should be aware of how their own prejudice and belief could affect their work, and they should take steps to reduce the biases. And that is all from me and Mr. Izwan, and now I'll pass this to the moderator.
Thank you, Mr. Izwan and Mr. Elvin. So we pass to Mr. Afiq and Mr. Fakul. So Mr. Afiq, please start with Mr. Afiq first. Alright, Mr. Philip, what's your opinion about the weakness astrology?
So thank you for our moderator today. So the weakness about astrology in participant is an ethical dilemma. Ethical dilemma involve beneficence and respect for participants' autonomy. This means that researcher will maximize the benefits of doing research with participants and minimizing harm to the participants, which conflicts with the value of respect participant autonomy. According to Benton and Craig, there is inequality of social status between researcher and participants, where there are class, gender, ethnic, or other social differences between researcher and participants. Such ethical issues must arise. Indirectly, the researcher may face a dilemma when a participant expresses a desire to withdraw from a study against the researcher judgment, and the researcher must balance the benefits of continuing the research with the participant autonomy decision to withdraw. So what is the strength in astrology? First, respect and dignity. Behind the weakness of astrology, there are some strengths, namely respect and dignity. The participants should be treated with respect and dignity, recognizing their inherent worth and individuality. According to Saunders, Mark Lewis and Thornbill, conducting a study where the researcher placed great importance on data collected through interview, work suggests that you value personal interaction with your respondent more highly than their views expressed through an anonymous questionnaire. That's all from me. I will pass the floor to Mr. Fakrul.
Thank you to Mr. Afiq. Today I would like to talk about the weakness of axiology. My point is disadvantages of practical application. We already know that axiology can provide valuable insight to ethical and aesthetic issues. However, not all views related to it can be used as a clear guide deciding. This lack of practical application can lead to difficulties in the application of the axiology principle in real-world context. According to Michael Foucault's view in the book The Order of Things and Archaeology of Human Sciences, 1966, axiology views moral values only as truths that are biased in all walks of life and times. This is because the moral values that are produced and defended usually through certain social forms and practices which often have implications for this value can be true or objective. While, according to Jean-Paul Sartre in his book Existentialism in Humanism, 1946, axiology takes less consideration of the aspect of freedom and responsibility of the individual in making the moral decision. This is because individual freedom is very important, especially in choosing values and actions that need to be done. I think that's all for me. I would like to pass to Mr. Harit again.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Fakrul. So I really appreciate for your participant for this morning to give the good and excellent explanation about astrology. So thank you, and that's all for us. Thank you.